Welcome to Pull-Up Talks. In this video, I shall analyze the Riddhi Thakkar's accident that has happened on August 12 early morning. Now, if you search about her accident in the YouTube, you will get all the fake videos. If you scroll down, every video is fake. I mean, see this image, the image if you can see in the thumbnail that doesn't belong to her Royal Enfield. Then if you come here, whatever videos they are showing, those are not real. Okay, this video is not real, this video is not real, nothing is real because there was no CCTV camera present in that place, and that's why the other vehicle which was involved in the collision, that is still at large. Police can't find that vehicle, or you can say that truck. So let's deep dive into her accident analysis. So I have made a slideshow, Riddhi Thakkar's accident analysis. I went to her Instagram, and in her Instagram, she has given her Instagram page name is Gear Glimpse 54 Biker Girl Riddhi Thakkar. Okay, around 175 posts and 39,000 K followers, and 99 C is following. Okay, now who am I? Who am I means me, Pallab Mahapatra. Now why my analysis is a bit relevant. See, I started riding scooter in the age of 14. Year was 2002. My dad has bought his first two-wheeler, that is Bajaj Classic SL. You can search in the Google that image, you will get. It's a geared scooter. During that time, automatic scooter was just came to the market, most probably TVS Scooty. Then in the age of 16, I started riding bike. That was Passion Pro, the first model, 2005 modification or 2005 build. Okay, now I am 36 years old, and if you subtract these two numbers, it is around 20 years of bike riding experience I have. I have started riding bike from the year 16. So during that time I was in class 11, and I have narrated one story about a paranormal experience I had. You can find that video in this YouTube channel, and this slide will be pure straight talk, pure analysis. There is no fake video, no AI animated animations. Whatever facts that are there in the news, I have extracted those, and I have put on my experience and extracted some of the information or deep insights. Okay, now let's go to the next slide. So the news that was published in India Today and in some other news articles, that is Mumbai biker 24, her age is 24, dies after a speeding truck rams motorcycle in Chhattisgarh. Now there were two stories. One story stating that there was a head-on collision with the truck, and another story was saying that the truck hit her from behind. So either of these two things happened. Then later we confirmed that truck has hit her from behind. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. So in the next slide I have put two images. Now these two images are very much important. In the left hand side of the image, we can derive three things. What are those? There is a hunter that is standing on the other side of the road. Might be that hunter belonged to one of the member, or you can say the group which was riding the collision point and the jungle area. Okay, if you see the collision point very carefully, the collision happened somewhere around the middle of the road. The collision happened might be few centimeters away from the divider line, from the from the line which divides the left and right side of the road. The second image also confirms the same thing. The collision happened few centimeters away from the dividing line. Okay, now some of the facts which we have derived, that is, she owned a Hunter 350, might be a deep red color, similar to that color. The bike that she used, that was Bajaj Avenger. She used that bike. That Bajaj Avenger she didn't own. This Bajaj Avenger belongs to one of her riding mate. Okay. Now, according to one of her Instagram reels, she stated that she has around 3 years of experience. So now this is a concerning point, that only having 3 years of experience in riding, you should not try to go in a highway, and that too very far away from your native place. That's my suggestion. Now let's go to the next slide. Now the bike she was riding on August 12th, that was Bajaj Avenger. And you can see from the image that bike is damaged from the front, from the back. And you can see the rear end of the bike is dismantled or the metals has bended. Some of the handlebar has also bended. This means the collision has happened with some heavy vehicle. That's why this much of impact is visible. Next slide. Now let's go to the location where the accident has happened. The accident happened, that's a place called Markatola Ghat. The timing was around 5 to 6 a.m. August 12. Okay. Now this is a place of Markatola Ghat. I can show you in the Google image. Let's go to my Chrome. This is Raipur Jagdalpur. Yeah. So this is Markatola Ghat. Okay. So you can see this is Raipur. If I'm not wrong, yeah, this is Raipur, and from all the way, this is Markatola Ghat. Now, if you just zoom in, this is a jungle area. It is quite visible with the deep green shades that are present in the Google map. And if you further zoom in, you can see the Markatola Ghat. I have opened a separate tab that opens the Markatola Ghat, and you can see how it is. It is quite sharp bend, and there is quite a bit of blind spot. If someone comes from that corner at a greater speed, the rider or the other vehicles that are coming from this end will have a bit of less time to react. But still then, if someone is careful, that can be avoided. Okay. Let's go to our slides again. Where is my keynote? Yes. Now I have analyzed few points about this road. There might be some ascent and descent, obviously, as it's a ghat. There was a left and right bend as well in that same place. Blind spot, as the road was constructed by cutting the hill, so there is a blind spot from both the sides. Okay. And the road is 2-lane. It doesn't have multi-lane. You can see it is clearly visible. This is the middle path, or you can say the middle line, and these are the two lanes, two vehicles on which it will go. This was quite visible in the first image. We can see only 2 lanes that is present over there. Okay. Now, the heavy vehicle, as it was a morning, the heavy vehicle too had also less visibility. And how much we have heard from the news that it was a trailer kind of stuff. Forget it. If you take a general rule, if it is a heavy vehicle, that might be a bus, that might be a large truck, there are multiple blind spots which a driver can't see. And that too, this accident happened in the morning between 5 to 6, and in the hilly area during that time it's bit dark, or you can say the lights are less, visibility is less. And on top of that, if the driver has drunk or if he is sleepy, even his decision making time will be very slow. He will get very less time. Okay, he will unable to recognize what is happening in front of him. And we are not sure, because police still can't trace which vehicle has collided because of no CCTV camera. That's why I said that the videos that are propagated in YouTube, those are fake videos. Those are AI animated videos. What caused this accident? Now, there are few details which we know from the news, that during the accident, or you can say that before the accident, there was a meeting in the late night, that is at 3 a.m. Okay. If you are meeting at 3 a.m., this means you haven't slept properly in that night. So sleep deprivation, and sleep deprivation leads to decision making. Second point, early morning ride. Now, when you are riding early morning before sunrise, this means there is a less visibility. And when there is a less visibility, there is a very high chances that there will be errors in decision making. Similarly, when you are riding others' bike, now remember, she was not riding her bike, she was riding bike of her ride mate. Okay, and that ride mate had a Bajaj Avenger, and she was riding her bike. And when you are riding others' bike, the dynamics changes. Okay, I will explain that point. Okay, so when dynamic changes, again there will be a high chances that you can make error. Similarly, when you are riding on the middle of the road, now I am saying in terms of the bikers, when you are riding in the middle of the road, normally trucks, other 4-wheeler vehicles or multi-wheeler vehicles, they occupy a majority of the road. So for a 2-wheeler, it is very dangerous to occupy that patch of road. If you are riding a bike or a scooty, always try to ride at the extreme edge, not extreme edge, just to have some space. Then you just ride so that if suddenly a heavy vehicle comes, there should be sufficient space that you can escape. But if you are riding in the middle of the road, it is very difficult for a truck driver to steer the whole vehicle and have a bend. Then curvy road. Now, if the road is curvy, there will be blind spots, and if there is a blind spot, vehicles will have very less time to react. And always remember, this accident happened early in the morning before sunrise. Now, when there is no sunrise, less light, and in less light, there is a very high probability of accidents. Now, my suggestions: don't ever switch bikes. Now, this is a big no while you are riding. For males, for females, for everyone, don't switch your bikes. Now, I will say you why. Whenever you are riding your own bike, okay, you know how your bike behaves, how much to throttle, how much you can apply brake, how much distance your bike takes to stop, what is the weight of the bike, or you can say scooty as well. Because always remember, every throttle, how much you twist your throttle, the response from the engine will not be same for all the bikes, for all the scooters. So if you have twisted a bit, it can take a high acceleration, or on the other side it can take no acceleration as well. So your program that your mind has learned for over the years with your own bike or with your own scooter, that will fail with a new bike. Okay, even if that bike is well maintained. And how much I have heard from the news, the Avenger bikes which she was riding on August 12th, that was not well maintained. Her brakes, sorry, the Avenger brakes were not working. Now just imagine, you are riding a new bike, you don't know the dynamics of it, and on top of that you are riding on a hilly road, your brakes are not working. Now it's a very dangerous combination. So never ride anyone other's bike. Some people, they have very much eager tendency. Even this girl also, in one of her Instagram reels, she was saying that I have a habit of riding different bikes. No, don't ride different bikes. Ride only one bike, because if you ride only one bike, you will get familiar. The bike and your body will become one. Your bike will listen to you. You know what to command, how to ride that bike. It's complete machine programming. Okay. Now, if you are switching these bikes, this kind of thing happened. People when go to Ladakh, normally they go to Chandigarh, and from Chandigarh they rent a bike. This is a very dangerous trend. You never know what bike is that, what bike, how the bike will behave. Now let's take a condition that the bike is well maintained, brakes are good, engine oil is good, everything is good, but you are not familiar with that bike. That bike may not accept your commands, or you may hesitate to give a command when there is a bend. Second point, don't sacrifice sleep for riding. Now I have seen all the bikers in the YouTube, which the bikers who make video, they start at deep night, at 1 a.m., at 2 a.m. Why? Their argument is that we'll get whole day to cover the distance. Well and good. But when you are not sleeping at night, this means ultimately you are damaging your brain, that it will ultimately stop to take actions, to take decisions. Because if you will not have sleep, your brain will feel tired very quickly. Cover less distance per day, but be safe. Travel freely, no problem. The distance which you cover per day, that will be less. That is also okay. But there is no need to sacrifice a sleep than to ride. Okay. Now, speed. Always speed must be less than the brain process. Or you can say speed must be very less than your brain's processing power. Now, what happens when we ride? When we are riding, we are getting a constant feed of 3D images. What our brain is doing, our brain is processing those 3D images. As you increase your speed, your brain's CPU has to work at a higher rate to process all the 3D images. Now, what are those 3D images? In that 3D image, every moving objects are measured. What is the probability of impact? Is the moving object will hit your bike? Is there any chance that my tire gets skid? So those probabilities are always getting measured while you are riding a bike. Now, if your speed increases, the processing also increases. So speed should be always less than your brain's processing power. Next point is always use protective gears, jackets, gloves, shoes, everything. Install extra light, red light or amber light in the bike and in the helmet as well, so that you will have a bit of extra visibility. The incoming vehicles surrounding to you, they will know that yes, there is a biker or there's a rider that is present over there. Now in India, we can't do casual riding. We always need to do defensive riding. Defensive riding means anything can go wrong when you are riding in a defensive posture. This means you are always alert. Your 360-degree radar is always on. What is going behind? What is going on in the behind? What is going on just after one object that is present? And always look into your rear view mirrors. Always do that. Always be aware that what is happening when your vehicle have passed that road. Okay, might be there is a vehicle that is coming at a very greater speed towards you, so that you will have some chance, give a space to that vehicle. My conclusions: now, don't ride before sunrise. Ride only at daytime. Ride less distance, but don't rush. Have a proper sleep. Let's say you have slept up to 6 a.m. You got ready by 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. From 8 a.m. to till 6 p.m. you can ride. That is enough time to cover a very large distance. Okay, book the hotel before you have started your journey, because just after you have rode a long distance, after that, if you think that we will search hotel one after another without fixing a room or without booking a room, then that's a problem. Before you have started your ride, book a hotel, ride for whole day, go there and sleep. Again, next day morning, have a proper sleep. Next day morning, have a proper breakfast, then start riding again. This is all about my analysis about Riddhi Thakkar's accident. Please subscribe my channel. It will help me to grow. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.